All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit in a quiet room alone. You know, that was a quote from French philosopher Blaise Pascal from the 17th century. All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit in a quiet room alone. Fascinating. Somebody over 400 years ago was able to predict why you're in the position you're in right now. So in today's video, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share with you the one thing that I believe you should be doing every single day. It's gonna take 4 to 5 minutes of your life, but it's gonna give you the power and ability to sit in a quiet room alone. But most importantly, this is going to give you the keys to your freedom from porn and masturbation. But real quick before we do that, guys, remind you who we are and what we do here. My name is Frank Rich, CEO, founder, and head coach at Rebuilt Recovery. And it is our mission to help men become better men by quitting porn and rebuilding their life. So if you're new to the channel and haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right there and also turn those post notifications on because we are dropping videos every single day at this point. Profound quote that I stumbled across over the weekend, and I just knew I had to get it out to you guys because it blows my mind, like I said, that somebody in the 17th century, the late 1600s, was able to predict why we're living in the situations that we're currently caught up in. And this is just not the men that are struggling with pornography. I think that we're seeing this play out in society across the board, right? Everybody has some addictive behavior in their life. They're either caught up with pornography, they're caught up with social media, they're caught up in Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, they're caught up in maybe some of the gambling sites, they're caught up in shopping online. All these things are doing is they're distractions for us. We've lost the ability to sit at peace with ourselves. As a race, as a species, as humans across the board. I just sit in a waiting room. Go to a doctor's office this week and sit in the waiting room. This is the place where you used to read a magazine. Maybe there was one television. They were probably playing CNN News or something. But if you sit in any waiting room today, everybody is face down, staring at their phone. Walk through a public place, walk through a mall, walk through a courtyard, anywhere. Everybody is distracted by their phones. Social Dilemma did an amazing job of exposing why this is happening and how these devices are working against us. Now, what we teach our men inside of Rebuild Recovery here is that we actually encourage you to seek out and find time every single day to sit quietly, either in a room in your house or sit quietly outside in nature somewhere. No phone, no podcast, no YouTube, no books, no journal, nothing. Just you and your thoughts. Why are these thoughts coming from? What are they trying to teach me? You know, this is a little bit different of a practice than meditation, right? Meditation is getting awareness of your thoughts, but then letting them pass through. What I want you guys doing is I want you spending some time in reflection every single day, 4 to 5 minutes. Ideally, I would recommend doing this at the end of the day. We call this our daily reflection journaling exercise. And what you do is you take a handful of minutes and just think about what you've been thinking about. Where were the reoccurring thoughts throughout your day? Where were your thoughts trying to take you down a destructive path? And what were they trying to teach you? You know, if you have a reoccurring thought every single day and you're not spending time in figuring it out and processing, what is the lesson that this thought is trying to teach me? Then you're not getting it out. And that's why it's constantly bombarding you. You know, one of the biggest issues that we're seeing in the coaching with our men here is when it gets to the weekend, right? You know, we're all busy. We got our jobs, we got our careers, we got our families, we got our service, we got our communities, we got our churches. This takes up a vast majority of our weekdays, Monday through Friday. You know, most people work your standard 9 to 5, you know, so they're out of the office by 5, 6 o'clock on Friday night. It's kind of like, I'm going to return back on Monday. So now I have these 2 days of freedom. And I can't tell you how many men that we see within the program that they're perfect throughout the week. They're just chasing goals, chasing down ambitions, tackling tasks, tackling accomplishments. But then it gets to the weekend and they got to sit quietly in a room alone. And because they've trained and conditioned themselves over years that when I'm bored, I'll just seek out some pornography. It'll distract me. When I'm bored and I'm sitting in my house on a Saturday afternoon, I'll just pull up social media and I'll just browse the bikini photos, right? Makes me feel good. Oh, she looks good. Oh, let me give her a heart. And then before we know it, we spiral down this rabbit hole of pornography. We're 4 or 5 hours into this thing now. What if you were proactive? What if instead of waiting till Saturday when you know you're going to be by yourself, you were intentional in putting yourselves in positions every single day? We got to spend time in your thoughts. So, man, the takeaway lesson here today is if you're not aware of it and you're not intentional about growing the strength, about growing the discipline, about getting comfortable in your own thoughts, you're not any different than humans have been for centuries. You're going to run into problems. All of humanity's problems are stemmed from man's inability to sit in a quiet room alone. So I encourage, inspire, and hopefully have educated you today on why you need to be intentional about getting in your thoughts. Seek solitude, seek quiet time every single day. And guys, if you want some help to get you out of the depths of this addiction, we've written a free book. It's called The 7-Step Guide to Living Life Without Porn. So down there in the first pinned comment below, I'm going to put a link to the book. Put in your email address, we'll send the book over to you guys right away. But it's going to give you the 7 lessons, the 7 tips that you can begin to implement into your life right away to get back control, conquer your lust, conquer your lustful thoughts, conquer your sexual desires, and ultimately become the man that you know you were created to be. Frank Christian, we recover. I love you guys. Seek solitude and quiet time on a daily basis, and that is your path to freedom. We'll see you on the other side.